this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach.
And Lucas.
It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach.
And Lucas.
It's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Real Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh.
And Lucas.
Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Wake up! Wake up!
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
And a happy Friday to you all, TGIF. Welcome to the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Josh, Walt, Zach, and Lucas hanging out with you this morning.
And Lucas.
That's right, and Lucas. So before the show kicked off this morning, we were talking about blue moons. And
it's a rare occasion, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just curious, everybody out there in chat, because there's a few of you out there already. Tell me, what do you think a blue moon is? How have you decided, how have you been taught that a blue moon happens when? What constitutes a blue moon?
Yeah, this is what I woke up to in my brain. I had to double think. I was like, wait a minute, am I being stupid? What's going on here? I know it's early, but yeah, what do you think a blue moon is? It's a good question, Josh. I like that.
Because you were describing it to me, and the way you described it, in comparison to what I have been taught and what I relearned, sort of once I got into flat Earth, I had to relearn all this stuff. So it's not like this information, I'm pulling it back from 30 years ago. There's Billingtano says 2 full moons same month is a blue moon.
And the Alan Holman says a blue moon is a very stinky cheese far away. I love it. Good morning there, guys.
Allison also says 2 full moons in a month. That's what I've always thought. It's what I'd always
Diva says second moon in a month. Yeah, they know. See, I'm not crazy.
So here's the thing.
And Liz says it's something that rarely happens.
Right. And it's a really good song. It's a really good song. Really good song from the 50s. No, after I freaked out, because y'all don't know, y'all missed a pre-show Walt Rage, Walt Rant. Yeah, so apparently in the story Zach's reading, it's telling us there'll be one on the 21st, which doesn't mathematically add up for 2 in the same month. So in the story he's reading, it says that it's the second full moon within a season. Fourth. Or third, or what was it? How was their definition?
Yeah, the third of... Yeah, here, I'll pull it right back up again.
I think it was the
fourth.
It was
4 full moons in one season, so 3 months.
Yes.
Well, according to, of all places, prevention.com, I'm just checking because I had to go see. Maybe there's something we don't really know here because, sometimes culturally things happen. Okay, so a blue moon by most common definition is the second full moon in a calendar month. Blah, 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 dates, da-da-da. Since full moons occur roughly 29.5 days apart, that's really almost impossible unless it happens within the first 2 days of a normal month. I'm really scanning fast here. Can't happen during February, as we know. The term can also be used to describe the third or even fourth full moon in a calendar season because there are usually only 3 full moons per season. If 4 full moons happen to fall between a solstice and an equinox, the third of the group will be a full moon. These are called seasonal blue moons, and these are actually the older of the 2 definitions. But our cultural understanding of blue moon has changed over time because it's not a term of art in astronomy with some precise technical definition. It means basically whatever people think it means. Freeman explains. A misunderstanding of the term originally published in the 40s eventually caught on in pop culture. Hello, pop culture. And according to Earth Sky, that led to calendrical blue moons being the most widely recognized of the 2. So there we go. To me, that kind of makes some sense.
Oh, that's interesting. That's good. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Okay.
And I like the word calendrical.
I know, right?
That's a good word.
That is a good word. It's meaty. It's got some meat on it. I like that.
Yeah, well, you guys have learned something new pretty early on in your day.
Yeah, we're out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good Friday. We'll take the rest of the day. We'll see y'all this afternoon.
I actually shared something on Facebook yesterday. Something I saw and I really liked. It said, nothing I say is going to teach me anything. The only way to learn is to be quiet and listen. I just really dug that. Apropos of nothing.
I like that too.
I guess that was. I guess we did peak early, didn't we? We're done. That was it. We maxed out within the first 5.
We're pretty much over.
I thought we were learning something then. We're all listening for something to occur. But
when everybody listens, I guess it doesn't really count, does it?
Yeah, it kind of goes downhill quick.
Now, how did we not hear about this? I'm sorry. The last double blue moon was March 31st, 2018.
Wait, what?
March 31st, 2018. Just a couple years ago. A few years ago.
What's a double?
So how is it we've never heard of the double blue moon? That's when you have an actual, I guess not an actual. You have your actual blue moon, the one that happens every cycle or every 4 months.
Season.
And then the 1940s blue moon occurred on the same moon. So we had the double blue moon. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Not really.
1940s blue moon are you referring to?
The one that they made up in the 40s. The one that happens twice a month.
Ah, the calendrical.
Calendrical, yeah. I'm going to have to remember that word. But yeah, they say it happens about 4 times a century. Next one will be 2037. Last one was 2018. Before that was 1999.
So now let me get this straight. Now I'm really hurting. So you can have a calendrical blue moon and a seasonal blue moon happen on different months? Wouldn't they always be the same? Wouldn't every blue moon be a double blue moon, both calendrically and seasonally?
No, well, if you go from the start of the season,
you could have a blue moon on a January. You know, if you have a January blue moon, that's not the 3rd or 4th blue moon in the cycle, or full moon in the cycle. Well, actually, it would go by equinox solstice. So between March and June, March 21st and June 22nd, if you have your 3rd or 4th moon, that would be the blue moon for that cycle.
But isn't the 4th one always the last one? How can you have a blue moon in the the second full moon is going to be the blue moon this month because there's 4, so the second one is the blue one. Isn't it always the 4th? Wouldn't you always have to get out 3 blue moons?
It would always be the 4th one. Yeah, that's correct.
Or 3rd if there's only 3.
But wouldn't that make it a regular moon? The only way for a third moon to be a blue moon is if there were only 2 moons in that entire season. That would make the third the blue one.
Now you're hurting my brain. I don't know.
What I'm saying at this point, dude.
It's just two different ways of calculating it. You have
what's
one
the name of the
based
moon on the third day?
over a season, one's based on a month, and they can happen at different times. Yeah.
That's wild.
How many blue moons in an 11-year lunar cycle? That's what I want to know.
All right, hold on. Average blue.
Sorry, Diva. I know you're confused.
We are too, obviously.
I think we confused everyone.
Don't feel bad.
Kevlar and I both.
Too, Kevlar.
It's like Kevlar and I both.
I don't think rewinding will help either.
No. Just pour more coffee on it.
Try fast forwarding.
Right?
Yeah. In my opinion, Ironworx works better when you fast forward. Because it's live. And you can't.
She's yelling at us. What's she yelling at us? What do we do?
Cool. So, hey, how's everyone been these last couple of days?
Good.
Not bad.
I've started playing my guitar more. If that,
that's good.
If anybody cares, yeah, I had kind of stopped. Pretty much stopped. Just gotten out of it. Had gotten to I don't know. You hit these peaks or these valleys or these plateaus, and it kind of either gets you encouraged to go on and reach that next point, or you feel a little comfortable with where you are for a minute, and so you stop doing that daily grind on it like you're supposed to do if you want to keep those skill levels up. Because even though it is sort of like riding a bike, you know those chords you've learned forever. You know where those positions are forever. The finesse, the style, the tone, all that just kind of can go away really quickly if you don't stay on top of it, So,
I do.
You do. I know you know for sure. So, yeah, it's just, when you start doing other things that get you sidetracked, when you have a house full of cats, even as one's climbing up my bare leg, hello, good morning, you just get sidetracked and forget. So, I've been playing to the point now that I'm back to that drive. I want to get to that next plateau. I've got a song that is won by a band I like that always drives me. Mr. Mark Tremonti is one of my favorite guitarists, so he usually inspires me to push through to that next place, that next achievement, that next technical skill level, whatever. So,
sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I know you've been doing some vocal stuff, so you're in that same place, right?
Yeah, but I also done a bit of eBay sniping. And,
how's that working out for you? Is that working?
First one.
Nice.
Worked. Charm.
Awesome.
Yep. So it basically puts a bid in at 4 seconds till the close. And so I worked, and I got another loop pedal. I've already got one, so this one I can join them two together, and it'll be 6 different tracks. So it's going to be pretty amazing. And I got it for half price. So stoked.
Is there an equal one of those that we can access here in the States? Because I don't have much success with those. I know Adam used to get quite a few things with those bid type situations. And now here you are doing it. So I've just not found one that works out for me.
So the trick is you really have to kind of watch, because you can adjust the sniping bid accordingly. So when you put it in, you want to make sure that you're bidding enough that you think people aren't going to go over, but that you can still win the auction. But if you keep an eye on it, you can kind of raise and lower it so it doesn't get out of hand. You don't want to overpay, but you still want to win. Right. And you can even set the time up. You can do it 6 seconds. You can do it 2 seconds before the end of the auction and just throw it right up in there. This was an old idea that my ex-father-in-law used to do probably close to 20 years ago. Maybe not 15 years ago. Because he was really big on eBay and selling classic car speedometers and instrument panels and things like that. But he got really big into the eBay buying and selling back when it was pretty early. And he found this program that would just snipe out the bids, and it just throws in the next highest bid right before the close. It doesn't give anybody a chance to outbid you. So I used it.
Yeah, I think there's more than a few people using it too, because that thing was going crazy by the end of it. And I was like, but I obviously picked the right number because it was worth about $800 or $850, and it was on there for about, I don't know, 200 or so. So I was like, I was going with what I was willing to pay, and then it ended up being cheaper than that, so that's good.
That's awesome. I just picked up a new grow light for, I'm probably going to use it because it's a smaller one, but I'll probably use it for clones and seedlings. Just a little starter light so I can get things going. $5. $5. Couldn't hardly beat it. And that wasn't even with that sniper program. That was just nobody else was bidding on it.
That's cheap.
Yeah, it was real cheap.
The other thing is, like, I was looking for like normal globes on the light globes, and there's just none. They're all LEDs. I'm just this is bullshit. I want a fucking normal globe, you know.
Yeah,
they have a much better light.
Collector's items now.
It's crazy. I was like, I don't want those.
Really
nice.
And the price is on those.
Out of frequency.
Yeah, and they claim all over the box a 10-year light, 20. It's like, yeah, okay. Next month when I change this out, we'll talk about your 10-year light.
I've got some LEDs inside, and they're like 150,000 hours. I'm like, all right, so I'll change them before I die or whatever.
Liz
generation.
in chat, shout out. She has put a super chat in the chat for us in memory of her cat passing away a year ago today. Sorry about that, Liz. I know it's been a rough year without her.
Love you, Liz.
Love you and the kitty. We've got 3 right now under my feet, sending you lots of love too. So if I can mail you one, trust me, it'd be on its way already. As I got it twice now, I've had them in different boxes of stuff. It's like, yeah, you guys are quickly wearing out your cute level. No, they're great. I love them.
Okay, so this is from the British Astronomical Association.
Oh, shit.
By Steve Holmes. I'm just going to, real quick. The occurrence of blue moons is highly irregular. They are either bunched, separated by 1 or 2 months. I don't know how they could be separated by just 1 month, or well spaced, separated by about 2 years, 8 months. Successive blue moons can be as close together as 1 month, but will never be more than 2 years, 11 months apart. Okay. So they're never longer than 2 years, 11 months, but they can be 2 months apart. They say 1 month apart, but that, even with 31 days, that does not compute with me. How could you have one 1 month later?
Is that for one's the seasonal and one's just like a calendar one? So one's based on 2 full moons in a singular month, so between 31 days or whatever. And the other one's based on 4 full moons in the 3-month season. So they're just different ways of calculating. Different ways of calculating. I'm going to post something in chat. It's about an Astrolabe. So if people are interested in that, this is a really good article on a really old Astrolabe, and it has some pretty good details on how it works and things like that. So if people are interested in, measuring or seeing where the stars are and how that sort of calculations are worked out, here you go. It's really interesting stuff, actually. And this is based on one of the oldest astrolabes ever found. I think it's a Persian one. So there's some good knowledge back then. Like with those astrolabes, you can basically, tell the time, and they're still accurate today using the sun. So pretty interesting. There you go.
So that clock that has the flat Earth moon thing on it that you hate so much, that's an astrolabe designed into it? Is that correct, or am I remembering it wrong?
The what?
So there's a clock in Prague that has a weirdly designed or drawn or whatever you want to say flat Earth map as part of its face, but the map is a little off, and what it's a little off like is kind of like those lovely moon reflecting Earth maps you hate so much. So that it seems to be the way it's designed with all those layers and all that shit. It's some type of sorry, I'm reading Electric Sleeping Bag as I was talking. Thanks, Allison. The astrolabe, it seemed to be like very similar to it. And I could be completely wrong because I know what astrolabes are. I just haven't done a whole lot of research on them myself.
Yeah, it's got a similar design. I don't know if you could use it like an astrolabe. Astrolabes, you sort of have to change the plates out depending on where you are, on where your position is.
Yeah, it's like a planisphere. You have to have your latitude to.
So apparently I was sort of right. As I typed in Prague, I got to the A, and it came up with Prague astrolabe clock, and that is the one I do remember. So it's just an astronomical clock, but it's like you say, the design of how it shows what it's showing is like an astrolabe. It just isn't changeable. You can't alter it like you can the ones you're talking about.
Yeah, if it doesn't move, if you're not moving the clock, if it's stationary, then you wouldn't need to change the plates out because it would always be on the same latitude. The only way you'd have to change the plates out would be if the stars change themselves, which doesn't happen.
So there we go. We found that Prague clock could be a flat Earth proof.
What is this?
But yeah, that's right. And
Antarctica expedition. Sorry, I had to sing it. I've been seeing all this electric sleeping bags and. Sorry about that.
Who's going there?
It just
Who's going
popped
there?
into my
Or is
head.
it a song?
Yeah, it's a song by Chief Say and the Flat Earthworms.
So, sorry, just something off the wall here. As I went to read about the secrets of the Prague astronomical clock, there's a link here. Amazon's Jeff Bezos shares video of giant 10,000-year-old clock being built inside a mountain. What in the fuck are we talking about?
Fake news.
Oh, okay. It's
I don't know.
No. Actually, it's a bad AI picking up a headline and reprinting it wrong. What the title of the headline actually is Bezos shares video of giant 10,000-year clock being built inside of a mountain. Apparently, a 500-foot tall clock designed to be powered by the Earth's thermal cycles. It's expected to cost $42 million, and it's been in the works for almost 30 years. It's the first time anyone else is hearing about this, because I've never heard of such a fucking thing.
No, I never heard of it. How does it work off the...
powered by day-night thermal cycles, synchronized at solar noon. It's a...
Synchronized at solar noon changes every day.
It's a special clock in capital letters, designed to be a symbol, an icon for long-term thinking. Visiting the clock will take a commitment. The nearest airport is several hours away by car, and the foot trail to the clock is rugged, rising almost 2,000 feet above the valley floor, Bezos said in a website for the clock. What in the world is this maniacal fucker up to now?
It's probably got something to do with deep underground military bases. Something probably that he's got going on there.
Syncing them up, making sure everything's on the same schedule.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard
when you're
to know what
packages,
underground.
you get used to that.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
have
it's
a place
hard
for
to
the
check,
tractor
where
beam.
the sun is when you're underground, that far underground. It's like levels, You have to drive all the way up and look out. And I don't know, like, how does the thermal thing work? Like, it could be a cold day on the equinox.
Exactly, the temperature, yeah. That's stupid.
It probably
So
runs
cloud
off
cover.
of the magic chewy nougat center of the earth. Y'all don't know. It's science. Come on, Bezos and science.
Yeah, it's spinning iron, spinning molten iron.
Spinning molten iron, making magnetics and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow, the mechanisms are pretty intense in this thing. I mean, it's a clock. But yeah, I'm at the site here. I'll share the site with you guys at 10,000 hello, 10,000yearclock.net. Here we go. Enjoy the madness. My gosh, can I believe that?
Well, we've only got about 40 seconds before we hit the first break.
What?
That's a segment number one. Down the
I thought it was like 5 minutes. That's insane.
It is. That's because we got excited about blue moons. See?
Yeah, I woke up to that, and it was like I was still sleeping, and I was like, "Wait a minute, I know I'm sleeping, but I'm not this tired."
Oh no, oh my goodness, Pablo! Shout out my brother. See you over there in chat. I just missed you till now.
Shout out to Pav. And everybody else.
And everybody.
Love you all. You know that.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's the first segment, folks. We will see you back here on the other side. Got to pay a couple bills and all that good stuff.
Hey everyone, it's Chris Gio, founder of Truth Frequency Radio and host of Beyond the Veil. The mainstream media and establishment are running scared right now, and they've prominently featured TruthFrequencyRadio.com as number 89 on the federal government's hit list, also known as the fake news list, which is essentially a list of sites slated for censorship on Facebook, YouTube, Google, and other social media. Now is the time for you to get involved. Share your favorite TFR shows far and wide on forums and social media. Tell your friends and family about your favorite shows. If you're a business owner, get in touch with us to feature your product or service right here on TFR. And if you haven't done so already, become a TFR supporter now and get unlimited commercial-free downloads in high quality. Visit truthfrequencyradio.com/sign-up. Thank you for making TFR the leader in independent and uncensored talk radio. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
Poor water quality is a major health issue, and it's only getting worse. Municipalities can't keep up, standards have dropped, and pollutants are increasing. Where does it all end? It ends by keeping the pollutants outside of your home with HydroCare's advanced systems available at Wave Home Solutions. No less than the best purification materials and processes have been developed by HydroCare to provide you with healthy, clean water for drinking, cooking, and showering. HydroCare far surpasses the competition in removing chlorine, odors, iron, lead, chemicals, limescale, and much more. Don't settle for less when it comes to your water. We'll take care of the toughest water problems for you, whether it's from a city or well source. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 888-997-WAVE. That's 888-997-WAVE. Or go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
For 5,000 years, the world was ruled with wooden ships by one man. 242 years ago, a small group of free men crafted a new nation built on liberty and freedom. Global elites have been fighting to destroy this new nation called America ever since. Based on actual events, Charm of Favor tells a true story of how they corrupted the election system. They infiltrated federal agencies and murdered witnesses, judges, and even presidents to keep from being caught. Now, the largest and wealthiest crime syndicate the world has ever known has been drawn out of the shadows. They have killed hundreds of Americans and recently attempted to assassinate half our congressmen. Still, they escape arrest through an almost supernatural charm of favor. Read Charm of Favor and be prepared to open your eyes to what may lie just around the corner. Charm of Favor is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail.
Truth Frequency Radio.
And welcome back for the second segment of the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio. Kicking off right now, Josh, Walt, Zach, and Lucas. Hanging out with you this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read a bit about that clock, Walt. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Just says it dings. It's got a different ding for each day for 10,000 years. And it's just like, fucking, what's happening to humanity? Fuck? You know, and it's like, let's build a clock that's fucking meaningless, you know?
Well, it could play... oh, man, what was the song on the Charger the other day? What was the Charger song, damn it?
For Release.
That's it. Could play that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, way inside joke.
20 years, right? 20 years they've been building this clock, they said?
Yeah.
And Bezos has something to do with it?
Come on, he's Mr. Evil. Come on.
Well, I mean, did he start this 20 years ago then?
When he was a kid.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wow, it's a great site too, because you go to the site and you click on link more and it goes right back to where you were. Oh, here we go.
Obviously, it's in a sort of hard to reach place because on it they look like they're got wires and actually lifting up a dozer onto a mountainside. So it's like, okay.
Well, here we go.
Digging into the side. It's like
you can visit their website and become a member.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
The Long Now Foundation, who's behind a part of this project.
What's it called?
The Long Now Foundation.
Gotcha.
Long Now.
Like a Asian porn star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could go that route if you really feel that this morning. What in the hell are we doing? So it's a globe inside of them. Of course it is.
I'm trying to think of another name now. That's horrible. Long Now, something noodle for the other one.
Oh, see, everybody, we'll be here all week.
That's horrible.
This is pretty crazy. This whole deep well we've fallen down to. Your membership supports our work on the 10,000-year clock, the seminar series, the Rosetta Project, the interval, and so much more. These are all things that are the Long Now Foundation's purview.
This is almost as good as the long note, you know.
Oh, that song they changed once every century, whatever the hell that song was. Yeah, everybody was all pumped up for the note change, the key change, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah,
it's got like a change in a chord. Yeah, that's right. It's like,
let's see what else we have. We have.
So this sounds like a scam to me. Is this just
another? The last update, just, you know, if you're thinking of becoming a member, let me just throw this at you. The last update was 2011. Am I seeing the date right? Let me go back. I don't want to misquote Mr. Bezos.
It sounds like a tax problem, you know. It's like, I've got now, Mr. Bezos, you've got another $1 billion left over. We have to sort of waste away somewhere, and why don't you build a clock?
Yeah, last update on the site, December 2011 at the 10,000yearclock.net update site. Well, I mean, if you're doing a 10,000-year project, I guess updates every 9 years or actually just once. 9 years ago, or 10, I can't do the math. 20 years, 10, 15, 80 years ago, they did an update.
So did they have a time on when this thing was supposed to be done?
In 10,000 years.
10,000 years, I would guess.
What?
I think the foundation tells you in the title.
Ridiculous.
No, I don't know. I can't see.
In December 2011, this is the update. We just completed the 12.5-foot diameter, 500-foot deep vertical shaft for the 10,000-year clock. We used a mining technique called raise boring. Full stop. That's all you really need to know. And then now we have the other mad millionaire, billionaire, gazillionaire selling a boring device. Interesting. Anyway, all right. Let's move on from the cooking.
It's interesting how
Solar Noon and it's underground. Oh, okay, whatever. All right.
And after 30 years,
here we go. Finally, I found a date. It started in 1989 by American inventor Danny Hillis, this project. Bezos has been helping Danny with the project for the last 6 years. That's as of the date of this story, which was February 2018. The clock has been worked on for nearly 30 years and ticks only once a year. The century hand moves forward once every 100 year, and the cuckoo comes out on the millennium. You can't write this shit. Hello.
No, I thought that they've been working on it 20 years. Now they say 30 years?
I'm just reading you the story they're feeding me here.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 30 originally.
Bezos didn't even have Amazon 30 years ago.
I think the cuckoo already came out is the problem. Oh,
well, Bezos didn't jump in until 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, he just got in 6 years ago. Oh, my God. The layers.
Yeah. That's when they decided they needed that new tax haven.
Yeah. Oh, there will be 5 room size.
Sort of,
Go ahead.
Well, I just thought oh, don't worry, you go.
I can't get enough of this story at this point. There will be 5 room-sized anniversary chambers carved into the mountain. These are for 1 year, 10-year, 100-year, and 1,000-year, and 10,000-year anniversaries. The 1-year anniversary chamber is a special orrery. Go look that up. It's another kind of a like astro whatever thing for your tabletop that has the planet spinning around and all geared up. In addition to the planets and the Earth's moon, it will include the interplanetary probes launched during the 20th century. Hello, progress. This is just incredible. The clock will activate and run the orrery once a year on a predetermined date at solar noon. We aren't planning to build the animations for the 100, 1,000, and 10,000 year anniversary chambers, but will instead leave those to future generations. Oh my God. We're going to do an hour and a half on this. Y'all know that if we don't stop.
Yeah, because we always, go into rooms that were built 10,000 years ago to celebrate shit like this,
They're chambers. They're not chambers, or they're not rooms. They are chambers.
They're anniversary.
They're room-sized chambers.
Anniversary chambers. Let's be correct in our...
Oh, they're room-sized anniversary chambers.
Yeah.
Room-sized.
I mean, even in our fictitious history that we have, how many things are we using today that we were using during the time of Jesus Christ? That's just 1/5 of the way back.
Sandals. We're using sandals.
but we're not using the same
loincloth.
Sandals. You know what I'm saying?
I'm wearing my loincloth right now, Zach, and sandals.
I mean, the pyramids aren't even 10,000. Well, they don't know how old they are. They said they were 5,000 years old, and they don't even know who built them. So how do they expect anything to last this long with, humans in charge? Nothing lasts 10,000 years except for, the world around us. Nothing man builds is going to last that long.
And this clock.
And this clock, apparently, yeah. Yeah, what if these were what the pyramids were supposedly built for? We're all supposed to be partying in the King's Chamber tomorrow because that's the day of the blah, 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 blah. We would never know.
We just forgot how to read it.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's just, it's ridiculous. It's
like can you this is what gets me sort of a bit pissed is, can you spend money on something more useless, for something that's never going to be, you know what I mean? Like, they do.
The last, oh my God, y'all. The last sentence of the story. Bezos intends to use the hollowed out mountain for a spaceport for his company, Blue Origin. All right, let's stop. Drop the mic on this fucking story. Oh my God. And also, I will say this, Lucas. Be glad I do not have a headshot of you, because I would be so putting that onto a loinclothed, sandaled dude for the show picture today. Be glad I don't have that.
Okay.
He had to throw in the whole spaceport thing, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet they were not getting as much funding as they wanted. He's like, I'll tell them it's going to be a spaceport one day. People will start throwing money at it. Gullible. Did you guys see the Mark Dice? He likes to go out and ask really dumb questions to see if people believe what he's saying. Like he did one where he was trying to get signatures for mandating a vaccination for everyone, and people were just signing it. Well, this last one he did was he was asking people if they agreed with the dictionary removing the word gullible. Because it was offensive. It was like saying somebody was a retard. And people were agreeing with him. They didn't realize that, hey, guess what? You're gullible. This is a joke. Yeah.
I love it.
Should we take out the word gullible from the dictionary because it's mean-hearted and mean-spirited? It's like, what?
Well, the other one he was doing was with silver, wasn't he? It was like, do you want a bar of silver or a block of chocolate? And people were like, I'll have the chocolate. It's like literal money. You could buy like 100 blocks of chocolate.
Yeah, how many boxes of chocolate you could buy? A bar of silver?
Jesus is far out.
Yeah, and he's usually out there on the West Coast, out in California, so that's easy pickings out there.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite was he was asking, he was at some college out there, and asking all the Democrats their favorite thing Kamala Harris has done so far in her career. Because they all love her and support her, but not one of them could name an accomplishment that she's done, besides being the first woman vice president. Yeah, and they're just all, oh yeah, she's great, this and that. Well, what has she done for the country? Can you just edit this part out? One of the girls even asked.
Oh, really?
Wow. Things that she's done. Maybe you could just edit this part out. It's like, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm all for everybody having the right to vote, but it should be an informed vote. Maybe there should be a little test.
A test. Thank you.
You have to know a little bit of something about the people. You can't say, hey, that guy's black and that guy's white. I'm going to vote for that guy. Because of that.
There's a very simple way. Are you wearing a mask when you're coming to vote? You're out.
But yeah, it's that one movie really showed this very well. Isn't that one movie? It was an old show about bootlegging. I forget the name of it. Not Atlantic City. Steve Buscemi was in it.
No, I'm just being silly.
Boardwalk? Was that Boardwalk? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is it. You're right. Yep. I remember that now.
Deeply into it, but
I watched a few. Yeah.
They were talking about the right to vote. Should everybody have the right to vote? This and that, and all the bootleggers were like, "Yeah, we want people to be able to vote. Anybody, because these people are dumb, and we can get them to vote how we want." Whereas the guy who was really into politics is sitting there in his study, and the guy's arguing with him about it, and he looks up at one of his servants, and he's like, whatever her name was, he's like, what do you think on the foreign policy of blah, 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 taking over, blah, 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 blah. She's like, well, sir, I don't know nothing about any of that. And he's like, there you go. They should not have the right to vote, because they have no idea what's going on, and they're going to be manipulated into voting whatever way you want them to vote through, media.
Yeah, well that's how it works. These people, politicians go, "Oh, we'll promise you extra money," and everyone goes, "Yeah, vote for that guy." And so we end up in a big debt spiral. That's literally it. Free phones for everyone. Yeah, vote for him.
Not even, it doesn't have to be a hard test, but at least a test. You have to know a little bit about something.
Yeah.
Even multiple choice.
And if you can't pass that test, you shouldn't even be able to voice your opinion, because you're too stupid to have an educated opinion. So why don't you just keep your fucking mouth shut? And you know what? As far as what you really believe, you're too stupid to have any kind of religious beliefs, because you couldn't pass the fucking voting test. So here's what you're going to believe. We'll just let the state tell you. Some people are going to be ignorant. Some people are going to look at white candidate A and black candidate B and say, look, I'm going to choose black candidate B. I don't care how informed you make me. I'm choosing candidate B because he's black. No matter how much information you give me about foreign policy. So the question is, if you would have to take a test, could you call it the right to vote?
No, that's what I'm saying.
But we don't even really have the right to vote. Yet we have the right to elect our representatives, which we then exchange for the privilege to vote. But that's a real slippery slope.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Where we are now, I think it could get better.
Well, once you start...
It could get better. Yeah, it's not hard.
Abandon this idea that you need to take your opinion and hold it so highly that you need to force it down the fucking throat of everybody else around you. That's when things can get a little tricky. Look, if you want to vote, cool. Vote for whoever be as informed or uninformed as you want. I don't fucking care. You know what? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Doesn't affect me at all.
Thinking the same thing. You play whatever fucking mind game you want to play with yourself and go pull all the levers and punch all the holes through, and maybe you didn't quite get that hanging chit right or whatever, and you enjoy that game. I'll go play Red Dead Redemption with Zach. Thank you.
Yeah, what I'm saying is...
Well, really
we are right now with Biden. Nobody voted for Biden because they like him or because they thought that, he did a good job as vice president for Obama. No, they voted for him because they didn't like Donald Trump. Or because they're lifelong Democrats and that's the way they vote.
Because they like their opinion. They love their opinion.
They believe it's real.
But that's the thing. They don't even have an opinion.
Oh, they do.
Have someone else's opinion they were told on the TV.
And that's good enough for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you could, the informed really get to the point if they are actually informed and realize it's a charade, and don't worry about voting. You know what I mean? Because it's a joke.
Yeah, I've never voted.
I lost early on in my Facebook career. Lost a high school friend because she didn't care for my political stances. And of course, her appeal to authority was, well, I have a master's degree in political science, right? I mean, she was super informed on the science of politics. I mean, we can educate people on the science of unicorn farts. But at the end of the day, if it's information about bullshit, it's just bullshit information.
Yeah.
Being informed isn't going to necessarily get you anywhere. If you can't think.
It's like knowing how to build a 10,000 year clock.
Yes, it is.
Or even better, it's like knowing how to fleece the public out of their hard-earned dollars under the pretense that you're building them a 10,000 year clock with a wink wink and a nudge nudge.
See you guys in that chamber in 100 years. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but then it all goes back to the old adage. If voting could make a difference, they wouldn't let us do it. What's his real name? Samuel Langhorne.
Yeah.
I think. Mark Twain.
Was
something.
Not Langhorne. Samuel. I should know this. He's just
Hannibal. I know. Come on. Clemens. His middle name is Langhorne. Samuel Langhorne Clemens.
That's it.
And since we brought him up, if you guys haven't seen an animated cartoon thing, animated like claymation thing from the 80s, around 85, called The Adventures of Mark Twain, go watch it. Go watch it now. It's probably available on one of your devices if you go digging. And if you know tricks, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you can watch it anytime you want. The Adventures of Mark Twain. Go watch it.
If you have psychedelics,
enjoy those.
Enjoy those with The Adventures of Mark Twain. Yeah, that is quite the trip you take watching that one. Psychedelics or no? We've only got about 3.5 minutes before we hit the break.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Halfway.
Oh, really? I was going to get into some real sciencey science actually. With the physicists transform pure energy into matter and antimatter. So that's legit. A new study published in...
Go ahead.
A new study published in Physical Review Letters present evidence for the creation of matter and antimatter from energy, specifically light particles, photons. In doing so, it offers a splendidly concrete example of the world's most famous equation, E equals mc squared. The equation, derived by Einstein, dictates how energy, E, is equivalent to the mass, m, times the speed of light, c squared. It is the study, physicists, at the relativistic heavy ion collider, RHIC, part of the Department of Energy's Brookhaven National Laboratory, were able to turn light particles, which are energy, into pairs of electrons and positrons, which are matter, matter being that which has mass. To be precise, positrons are antimatter, but antimatter follows the same energy mass equivalence. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Science!
And that's why the people aged differently on the planet there.
In the year of 39, assemble here the volunteers. All right, I'll stop.
So antimatter, you get younger? Is that what you're saying?
I think
matter, you get older.
Depending on how fast you're going. Because apparently if you can take your body weight and go fast enough, you just become energy.
So is this how the Big Bang happened? I don't know.
A bunch of stupid-ass writers in a room pitching stupid ideas to producers. Yeah, I think that's how the Big Bang happened.
Oh, my goodness. You have to make this shit up, folks. You ain't going to find it.
No, I mean, look, the name of the relativistic heavy ion collider. It doesn't make any sense, even the name of it. It's relativistic. It's all relative. It could be heavy. It could be an ion collider. It may not be. It's relative.
That's right.
It could be a hemorrhoid donut. Oh, my goodness. Well, that about brings it up, folks.
I believe that'll do it. We should be hearing break music. It's there, sort of. If you listen real closely, it's there.
Wake up, you bastard!
But this is the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio. Stick around for the second half of the show. Right after these brief messages, while Chris Gio pays some bills, we will be right back.
Hi, my name is Ella, and I'm 10 years old. I'm one of the millions of children born to parents suffering from the sheeple virus. Symptoms include the inability to think for oneself, the attention span of a goldfish, and a strong belief in government and the mainstream media. It is estimated that 1 out of every 2 children are being raised by parents infected with the sheeple virus. But there is a cure. For as little as 19 cents per day, you can become a TFR supporter and help children like me get their daily dose of truth. Together, we will make sure every child has protection from deception.
A Native American realtor doesn't believe in his job. It's the Onion Radio News. This is Doyle Redland reporting. Full-blooded Cherokee realtor Dale Twoblood said today that while he has faith in the homes he sells, he privately clings to the long-held Indian belief that land can neither be bought nor sold. Despite Mr. Twoblood's recent attempts to move a 3-acre colonial, owners of Great Spirit Bear Realty say Twoblood sales have been consistently slow.
His problem is he spends most of his time in the smokehouse waiting for visions and not enough time just pounding the pavement.
Great Spirit Bear Realty owner Chief Ben Running Wolf. The disbelieving Twoblood has reportedly been on thin ice ever since selling a 2-story Victorian for a handful of beads. Aromatherapist Brandy Reinhardt misdiagnosed several patients today, ignoring the impact of her own powerful falafel stench. Furthermore, the deep-fried chickpea odor emanating from Reinhardt's mouth nearly undid years of positive aromatherapy for patients like Gloria Basser.
If she was using this scent to get my attention and make me a little nauseous, then yeah, she was completely successful.
Officials at the American Aromatherapy Association say they plan to revoke Reinhardt's practitioner's license unless she chews some eucalyptus leaves or something. Kentucky lawmakers dealt a harsh blow to same-sex pet advocates today as they unanimously voted to outlaw gay pet weddings. Republican State Senator John Westwood vowed to protect the tradition of pet marriage in the bluegrass state.
Pet marriage is a sacred bond between a male dog and a female dog, and that's just the way it is. That's the way it's always been.
Disappointed activists advise owners of gay pets still determined to be married to travel to Vermont, where all manner of depraved coupling somehow remains legal. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The Earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach. It's
And Lucas.
like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach, it's
And Lucas.
definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh.
And Lucas.
Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Jesus, I don't know why I was so delayed on those and Lucases there in the beginning. I had a weird little lag.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was just a second late.
And it'd be nice if I could blame the software or something, but no, it was totally me. I don't know what the hell it was.
Only you had a stream deck.
Something.
Another inside joke, everybody. Well, welcome back to the Ironworx. It's Friday, my dudes. Man. And absolutely. Sorry, I do it again. I love it.
Sorry. Before you take off, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to any word there in chat. Basically doing 99% of the viewing and the chatting over there on DLive.
Nice. Thank you. I don't even open DLive in the morning because there's so rarely anyone there. So my apologies for excluding you from the chatting that I do, which is usually just me giving everybody a hey with their name, because I get so wrapped up if I get into the chat with all the conversations there, and then I'm losing track of here, and it's a juggling act plus cats. Anyway, so good morning over there.
We do appreciate it. It's probably the only thing that has kept DLive going the way of Twitch for us, because the only
thank you
viewers and commenters we had in Twitch were people selling us viewers on Twitch. Go figure. Stupid bots.
Yeah.
So I figured there's really no use.
Well, Alan was there early on trying to help us get on Twitch. Wasn't he trying to help us figure out how to Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Or something?
He did. He had to change a few settings, I think, or something.
Get our twitching correct, right?
Yeah.
We weren't twitching nearly like we should have been. But truly, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out there, which, for a non-gaming thing. Whoa, now look. Hey.
You write one book by twitching your eye, and you think you're a fucking Twitch expert.
I was gonna say, dude, just because you're a twitchy fuck, don't get in on this. This is not you. Nobody pulled your chain.
Put the gimp back in the box. Wow, that just was not a proper time for that joke, was it?
Too soon.
Oh, we love you, Steve.
Oh my goodness, I got nothing. I got nothing. Guess what?
What?
I finally heard back late last night from my intended guest. Not late, but
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, my apologies to everybody. I had someone in the works, and it just fell through because he's got too many things flying around right now.
Which was always the case on Fridays. Last I
Right.
heard.
Well, next Friday sounded better, he said. So that'll probably be the case for next Friday. So, yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, I haven't really done any more asking or anything, so I'll have to do that later.
Yeah, we'll do that later. But I just saw Leopold say that in chat. I got nothing. It was like, oh, wow, yeah, so do we. Sorry, guys. Now, that being said, we really had nothing planned last week and turned into a family reunion. Shout out, Paul. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Me and Zach have sucked him in.
I love you. I love you, brother.
Yeah, I kind of dig him, too.
Cool guy. I mean, even if you weren't around and I met him, I would, we would get along.
Yep. You would.
Somebody,
dude, he is like one of these people. Well, not just him and his wife. Like, okay, so they came out here back when he was doing all that web design he was talking about, right after he had done the Penn State site. They came out here for a visit. This was even before Mom and them had moved out there. And, dude, every time we would go out to eat, people would walk up to the table to talk to him or her or both, like literally, and I'm that guy who embarrasses Shell all the time because I'll say hey to people or wave back, or a kid will be looking and smiling at me, so I'll start cutting up with them, and she's like, stop that, they're going to think you're weird. I'm like, I am. I mean, what the hell? So, I'm already that guy, but for that's usually me making the thing happen by just being into their energy. But these people would just walk up apropos of nothing, literally with food going into their mouth, and they would walk up, hey, I just saw you sitting there, I just saw you sitting here and felt like I needed to come say something to you. And that kind of thing was happening all the fucking time, dude. It was nuts. It's really cool. They're amazingly beautiful people.
Yeah, you got lucky with that one. Can't pick your family, but you hit the lotto with Paul for sure.
My sister, on the other hand, no, I'm kidding. I am just kidding. She's great too, y'all. I love her to death. She's raised a beautiful child. My nephew, shout out to Sebastian. Love you, brother. Miss you a lot too. But yeah, definitely a great show last Friday. Happened apropos of us planning absolutely nothing. So who knows what we may do. We keep saying we'll open the phone lines, but it kind of didn't work out like that last week because Paul got involved. So that may be what we do this week. Just let you guys be the show. We already say we're going to turn loose on this chat over here on a separate channel. So yeah, definitely.
Can we tell them about how bad Paul freaked you out by just watching the show?
No, yeah, it was the whole interaction and the super chatting and the craziness of that. Yeah, that's just not who he usually would be at all. Just rarely saw him doing that. So for him to hop in,
it was 2 a.m. for him.
And
it
was a weird time. Yeah, it was a weird time for him to be even doing anything. So yeah, that whole thing.
But yeah, after the show, I don't think that's my brother. That ain't him.
Hey guys, I don't think that was my brother in chat. I don't know that. That was just weird all the way around. Even like when Josh said that on the show, I was like, I looked at the clock and I'm like, no, not this time of the day, And that it was his name and that there was no avatar and just everything about it was not right for the whole situation. Just like I said after the call, I was like, yeah, you guys would know if something weird was just off. That was off. And even he said it was not for him normally to do that. He just was trying to stir up some conversation about a specific thing he wanted to hear about. So he definitely did.
And then I loved it because we were talking to him later that night. And he's like, well, what do you mean by when you said, he's like, well, it was like 2 a.m. I don't even know what I was saying.
Right. He was typing stuff that made no sense at all. Like I couldn't even look up what he had typed. It wouldn't even make sense. So yeah, the whole thing was weird. You can't chew that. Give me that. Give me that.
Shout out to the brutal truth.
I have a cat on me.
Say shout out to the brutal truth. They're in D-Live as well. Always forget there could possibly be people listening that just don't type in the chat.
They just don't type. I know, we always forget that. It's not all about the type. Get out of the chat. We know you guys are out there too, and we appreciate it. We really do.
Yeah, we haven't heard from our truck driver friend from, what was it, Northern California?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Angelo?
Angelo. Yeah. Well, I hope he's doing all right. Haven't heard from Salamo in a while. Hope he's doing good. Have you guys checked his blog at all recently?
I haven't.
Yeah, all right.
Be worth it.
Voynich says he's lurking in chat. Sorry, I got a coffee
That's what's up.
in the
Shout out,
background.
Voynich.
Yeah, that guy. The wild.
Sorry about this. I've been sussing out Odyssey because I'm about done with YouTube, trying to find decent videos and I don't. BitChute seems to take ages to load, and so does Odyssey a bit. So I'm trying to find my next platform, which I'm going to stick to. And I think Odyssey is going to be it because it's got a good vibe.
Speaking of which,
shout out Cleary. We see you too. Sorry, I'm just saying hey to the people who are typing in chat, letting us know they're there, not typing.
Zach, would you do me a favor and remind Bob about the referral for Rockfin?
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I can
checked
do
that
that today.
Forever.
I
keep forgetting to even look at it. Yeah,
I've had one or two people ask me how that was going, as if it's ever needed to ask. Of course, it's been put on the back burner like everything else.
Yeah, that's what we do.
The only thing that's on the front burner is whatever's right in front of my face, and then that just goes
Yeah,
to the back
Bob
burner.
worked on those same premise. If it's not there in his face and it's being done right now, then you got to remind him. So yeah, I'll definitely bring that with him today.
And us asking him at 4 or 5 in the morning last time he was on here, it's definitely probably not the time to lock it in to the front lobes. So yeah. But yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Nemo,
definitely.
who should be here in about 30 minutes, give or take.
Always looking in, trying to figure out a different way to go. Because, I mean, as much as we love the the situation, I guess, with you guys being here with us in the YouTube chat, in spite of all some of the technical difficulties in the other chat, we all met there on TFR and then moved you guys over here because we were just having trouble getting the sound out to you and getting the typing done there. And so we appreciate you guys following us over here. But that being said, we're always struggling. There's always something coming through our emails about a song or something. And while we could probably get those things changed, the fact that we even have to worry about such little insignificant crap and suddenly we're off our channel for 3 months, it's just getting old. It really is. So I'm right there with you, Lucas. I'm really tired of digging for stuff and looking for stuff. And I watched one video about something in AIM that I'm trying to find out about. And then suddenly I've got a whole lot of feed about crap that means nothing to me. And it just takes over. And they're pushing the whole agendas left and right. Every other line on my feed is some crap I don't care anything about and actively hate. And yeah, it's just getting old. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of reasons. Like, I want to actually sort of keep abreast of what's going on in Australia as well. And I feel like I'm fairly well behind the 8 ball and should at least be trying to, keep in front of it a bit, at least if I'm going to be talking about some of these subjects. That's one reason. And yeah, I don't want to support some big conglomerate that's actively basically trying to, put a boot on our neck.
Right.
Let's face it. That's exactly what these monopoly large, corporations are doing. They're, these technical or tech sector is basically trying to stamp out humanity. So I don't know. I'm going to try and
get to know your neighbors.
Get to know the other platforms as well. Start learning them a bit better.
That's the thing, though. As platforms grow and get bigger, the people that own them are just people. When a big tech giant like Google comes up, or Amazon or Disney, and says, "Hey, I'll give you $2 billion for your company," And the person's like, okay. And then that's it. All that stuff goes right out the window. New terms and regulations and, agreements and this and that. And then it turns right into YouTube. So even though we do have all these other platforms we can go to, if any of them get to the size of like a YouTube, where you actually get a good amount of people seeing the stuff you're trying to put out, then they're going to get snatched up. Somebody was saying in the chat, we need to go to the real internet, the dark web. We need some new search engines that are designed. But the thing is, the dark web, you're not going to find the sheep there that you're trying to wake up, So it's a catch-22. Yeah, you can get away with saying whatever you want and use videos and this and that without copyright, but nobody's going to see it. So, yeah, get to know your neighbor. Tell the person right next door living around you about this place. Yeah, they might think you're crazy. But, don't start off with, hi, I'm Zach. The earth is flat. That's not how you do it, Get to know them a little bit. And then you can drop the big bomb on them when you guys are sitting back having a drink or whatever you guys do together. But yeah, get to know your neighbor. When the shit goes down, believe me, as much as I love, Walt and Josh and Lucas and all these people, when the shit goes down, I can't rely on them. I can't call them and say, hey, get over here now. You can't. So having this great, big, beautiful community online is great. We have a place where we can all get together, but that community right around you, that's the one that you're going to have to rely on when the shit really hits the fan. So go say hi to your neighbor today. And
Jesus, I think that's making me more depressed. Have you seen the people walking around my town? Hell.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, look,
that's what I was saying.
Well. No, but you're right, Zach. You got to find the right people and find them close and do all that. But you can do plenty of stuff by yourself as well. If you just got your family or just by yourself, Possibilities are actually endless when the amount of, whether it's prepping or whatever. But, I'm just really trying to figure out where this thing is actually heading. I mean, it seems we're on the Titanic, but, are we, how far are we down sinking, Where are we at? Want to get a bit of a representation.
Well, I mean, we've been sinking since, at least here in the United States, since 2008 for sure. Things got crazy back then. And it seems like it's just been on a steady simmer since then. It's never gotten a whole lot better. It's like at the peak, and now it's plateaued off, and it's just waiting for the next, the other side to drop off. But somehow it hasn't yet. I don't know. I don't know how this is still going as insane as it's been for over a decade now. Well, they have.
I'll tell you how it is. It's through money printing. That's exactly what it is. It's just
wag the dog. You see how they can change a narrative in the way everybody thinks by throwing a bunch of stories up. That's what I think a lot of this Afghanistan stuff is about.
Stuff. I like it.
I do too.
There's the new title, right?
Space lettuce and other Afghanistan stuff.
And other Afghanistan stuff. Oh my goodness.
It's they're wagging the dog right now. They're saying we need to get everybody's mind off all this other crap that's going on. Blah blah blah. People are pissed. Our ratings are dropping. Let's go wag the dog.
It's interesting the timing as well when you look at other representations of what would be Virgo is you sort of get these other sort of associations with this like goddess of death and things like that, or it's all to do with bloodshed if you go back into the Greek and Roman sort of ideas of it. So the timing of, as you say, the wag the dog sort of does line up with the astrological symbolism as well, or that, the sun going down in the west and the blood red sun and all that sort of stuff. So the wartime, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy times. But what time hasn't been crazy somewhere on this plane? I don't know.
Yeah, I know that. Like, it's been crazy, but it's like these dudes are like, we're gonna take the whole world. You know what I mean? Like, they're just cackling in the background. It's like, I don't know about in the past history, but trying to take over the whole world is, is a little arrogant.
Yeah, even if you do have all the governments, still, you have to go. Well, I'm not going to give them any ideas. I'm going to stop right there. Yeah. I don't give them those ideas.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I really need that soundbite. Arnold's newest soundbite. Screw your freedom. That's how you take over the world. Oh, look, I've got the means. I've got the ability, and I'm smarter than everybody else. I can save this place. I can save humanity because that's who I am. Screw your freedoms. We need to save the planet.
Yeah, it's like the whole climate change narrative, isn't it? It's like, it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
You can't go outside near the lake or something because there's some small ducks there and they're gonna, whatever it is, It's just.
I'm sorry, but this place was created, folks. And there ain't nothing we can do to this place to really disrupt it enough to where we're going to destroy it. I bet if we tried to destroy it, like pollute it and this and that, we would kill ourselves, and in 100 years, the Earth would be 10 times better than it was right before we started. The Earth cleans itself. It takes care of itself. It does not need us to protect it. It's crazy. It's the boogeyman they're talking about. It's like a virus. It's like space. It's like all this other stuff. It's a boogeyman.
Yeah, well, it's always transforming. It's never wasting anything ever. It's to me, it's a totally enclosed system.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
it is perfect. Yeah, it recycles, it cleans itself, it breaks itself down and regrows on the stuff that is broken down and turns that into life. I mean, we can't do this. We can't make this place like it is. Whoever built it, they put a lot of thought into it. I doubt they're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to put this one thing down here that can just destroy the whole thing and, game over. All the water turns red, all the land explodes. No, we can't do that. They want you to think that they can do that. They want you to think that you're doing that you're the problem. And that's insanity. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. And that's it. Transmutation is the thing we really need to, be part of science again. That's what we should be actually trying to study is, how do things actually transform? I mean, even, having a beginner's course in that would be bloody handy to everyone. We don't have anything on it. They give us stuff like I read before with the physicists and saying, oh, we got antimatter and matter. And, they're just playing off that idea of polarity. But, it's really not telling us anything about this transmutation and these sort of different subtler sciences that we need to, actually study and bring back out. That's real magic there.
Well, yeah, and the magic they're using against us is all spiritual. They're lowering your vibration by making you think that you are bad, that you're a negative to this place. When really you are what you are to this place. You can be a negative, you can be a positive. It's, yeah.
But the other thing is, like, both negative and, positive are, in some sense, they're both needed and they're both positive. Yes. As strange as that sounds. But you need to be able to relax your muscles too and then contract them. You need the release as well. You can't be all constantly tight, otherwise you wouldn't move. You can't be constantly sort of loose, otherwise you wouldn't move again. You'd be sleeping or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you have to. There's that interplay of those two that actually gives you the movement. Yeah.
Yeah, the potential. Yeah. Okay, well,
That's
let's
it.
get into some space lettuce when we get back, maybe.
Yep, let's
Lighten
do it.
up.
We'll be right back. Hang out.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. September 2018. Extendivite works in keeping my blood pressure in the normal range. I've been using Extendivite for many years now. May 2018. Great product. I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
Fear is a mind killer. Fear is the little death. This is Uncle Walt from the Ironworx. Josh, Corey, and I have chosen to look at life with no fear. No fear of the unknown. No fear of questions about the supposedly well-known. No fear of ridicule for thinking outside the familiar fool's lines. No fear of the boot on the neck of those refusing the party line. No fear of taking on those so convinced of their beliefs they would sooner drink the Kool-Aid than believe they've been fools made. In this world filled with me too, cattle think, can truth's protective layers be peeled back to show the tender, juicy pink? Are we all just grist for the mill? Souls sold against our will, or is that just how it feels? When you're filled to the rim with triviality so fear-filled and grim, break clear of the fear right here. Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 a.m. on TFR. Josh and I and you will hammer out the impurities of technology-driven groupthink, fold in a dash of logic, and quench it all with a bit of absurdity. The Ironworx. Break clear of the fear.
No hate, no hype, no fear. We are TFR. Frequency Radio.
shiny. Get up off your little hiney and begin your happy day.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Time to roll.
And welcome back to the Ironworx. Right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Those were a couple of sound bites I've not played in a while. They're down a little low.
Donuts. That was a flashback.
Time to roll. Time to roll.
What? Oh my, they're digging deep in the vault. These are deep cuts. That's awesome.
Oh man, remember the one you started playing that one time and I thought it was me? It's like, I didn't say that. When did I say that?
Maven Johnson. One of your names we always forget to list.
That's what it is.
When we're giving out the list. Yes, sir.
They always strike me on that one, but damn, that one's funny.
Yeah, that one's great. They don't take the showdown, though.
Do what? What'd you say, Walter?
I said, but they don't take the showdown. I'm just saying.
There is that.
I'm not a enabler or anything like that. You do what you feel, sir.
If you look,
go ahead.
Full day today, Josh.
Go ahead. Zach.
Probably so. Probably so.
Hi.
Last week it was It was just too damn nice. It was just like a perfect day out. Low humidity, not too warm. I just couldn't do it. It was one of those Goldilocks days, you know. So I bailed a few hours early last week. And I've done really well so far this week. I think I'll just maintain and try to make sure I can build up at least another couple hours before I have to head out of town. Which is, next Friday, I guess. Which means we may not even be here next week.
Oh,
that's Friends Weekend.
That's cool.
I'd mentioned it before, but it's been a while.
It's been a minute, yeah.
And I forgot to remind everybody. Same with my son. I forgot to remind my son, too, because he's supposed to, watch the dogs.
Be the one you want to, right? Get on with. Oh, come on, kitty cat.
Yeah, a week is plenty of. You remember today. At least it's not next Friday.
That's true. That's true.
Big shout out to that flat fellow in chat. Thank you for the sunglasses, brother. Love you, Tommy.
Yes,
I know
sir.
he's going to be having some activism. Now, if you could drop it in the chat, Tommy, I'd appreciate it. I don't want to massacre the dates and where. And I know it's North Carolina, but I'm not exactly sure. I believe it's the beginning of October, but I could be wrong. Yeah, he's getting a big group together to go do some flat tapping, flat smacking. Free information. I love the way his approach. He just looks at the person, hand sticks out a flyer, free information. Free information. It's beautiful. But yeah, I know he's getting ready to, they're doing some activism out there. Then we got Flattoberfest coming up October 23rd and 24th in Spartanburg, South Carolina. If you'd like info on that, you can go to flatearthfestivals.com and get all your information there. Yeah, so there's some stuff happening. I know Martin Liedtke.
Thank you. I couldn't remember the dates, so I'm trying to find it right now. So you know I'm offhand for Martin's?
No, I don't know him offhand. No,
we're gonna find it.
Can we play one of his ads tonight on the show, maybe?
Yeah, we definitely can.
Yeah, he's got some great people coming too. I know Mark Devlin
amazing.
will be DJing even.
Yeah, and Paul Cook, he's going to be there, I think.
Yeah, he's getting an amazing group of people there. That should be pretty awesome. I wish I could go. So Tommy, that flat fellow, says it'll be October 2nd in Charlotte, North Carolina. There'll be bar hopping and activism in No Da district. You can go over to that Flat Fellows channel, and I'm sure he has his information there to how you get a hold of him and get more a more accurate description of like where they might be starting, which bar and whatnot.
I tried to do a bit of talking about mud flood today with a mate of mine, and it didn't really go down so well. What do we call it? Like it's like flat smacking or mudslinging.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like that.
But
what I have,
he had heaps of knowledge. He had heaps of knowledge of the mainstream narrative. So it was like, I know where I've got to shut up, sort of thing. So there was no way I was getting through.
Oh, it looks like Campbell, autodidactic, will be linking up with Martin for the event. Awesome.
Nice. He's in chat because I'm over at the dates. What I have here is the FEB Convention 2021, Friday the 10th of September, Birmingham with literally legendary speakers lined up. I'll give you the link to the site here. It is, oh man, sorry, I am struggling here. Something is going on. Okay, there we go. Holisticmedia.com, and then there's a whole lot after that I'm not going to even attempt to read out, but I will drop it in the chat and include it in the show prep notes there in the show description, provided that all works out today. Inside joke. Here we go. Some flat, floody thumbs. There you go.
I know we've only known each other
Nice.
4 weeks and 3 days, but to me, it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days. The first day seemed like a week, and the second day seemed like 5 days, and the third day seemed like a week again, and the fourth day seemed like 8 days. But the fifth day, you went to see your mother, and that seemed just like a day. But then you came back, and later, on the sixth day in the evening when we saw each other, that started seeming like 2 days. So in the evening it seemed like 2 days spilling over into the next day, and that started seeming like 4 days. So at the end of the sixth day, on into the seventh day, it seemed like a total of 5 days. And the sixth day seemed like a week and a half.
And that wasn't even the right one.
The reasons to
Oh, jeez Louise. Give me a friggin' heart attack.
That was great, though. That was so good. Oh.
And watching Bernadette Peters just lay there, completely asleep, just dead-faced, listening to him go
While
on.
he's going on, I know. Yeah, classic movie. If you guys have no clue what us old guys are going on about,
I think
go look into the jerk.
I think this is the one that we thought it sounded like Zach.
Marie, are you awake? Good.
That was it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab that one.
Oh, dude. Oh. So basically, Tommy, whenever you guys are ready to do a Steve Martin soundbite, you know who to look at. You know who to look for.
That's right.
Oh. So we were gonna space lettuce, were we not?
Yes.
I believe Zachariah.
Lettuce.
Yes. I saw it, and I was like, no way.
Don't
They're
know which
actually
one.
saying they can do this.
Are you
Well,
talking
they're
about
saying-
the pictures of
Yes.
the exoplanets? That's the one I could not wait to get to. Please
Well,
expound.
well, you go ahead and start with that one. I'll do the next one, because the next one was the pictures from space of the boosters, the booster rockets from space.
Oh, no, I missed that one. I'm totally blown away by the fact that we're now going to take pictures of these Earth-like exoplanets using our sun. Yeah, that's what you heard. Using the sun as a big gravity lens. As a giant magnifying lens, because that's how it would work in space. Where the fuck is my bell? Oh my god. Yeah, so we're looking at literal fucking pixels. We're looking at pixels move in front of other pixels, and by the lightning and the darkening, they're going, oh, there's a exoplanet, but the sun's going to be a big, giant, magnifying lens.
Well, yeah, you're not getting it, Walt. The sun and its magnetic field bends light.
Oh, I get what they're saying, but I don't.
They're
really
going to look through this bent light and use it as an optic device.
Dude, imagine the size of ant you could fuck up using the sun's magnifying lens as a magnifying lens to magnify the sun. I'll stop.
Yeah.
6 foot, 200 pounds.
At least, dude. Have you ever seen that movie, Them? I'm just saying. Them wouldn't have had a chance. Oh, God, move on to the real space you were talking about instead of this silly space they've given me. You've got real space. It's got like nuts and bolts. Go.
Yeah, none of that story that we just talked about is like even, it's theoretical right now. They haven't built anything to try to do it or anything like that yet.
Oh, no. It says we would have to use a light sail sun ship to get to a spot next to the sun where we could even do this. So, yeah, you're right. This is just pure future space. This is what, I mean, future science, not...
Well, yeah, and the fact that there's the sun is in your way.
They would go at night.
So you're going to use the suns? Okay.
Are you awake?
Go, bro. I'll stop.
All right, this is from space.com. SpaceX's giant super heavy rocket spotted from space in satellite photo. Okay. So they're showing us a picture, and it looks like it's maybe not even a quarter mile wide, right? And this is from space. They're taking photos of Earth from these satellites in space, and they claim they can get down to about 10 inches across. That's their... Do you know how big the lenses on these things would have to be?
How big?
Dead.
Oh, I don't want to even do the math. Okay, on August 9th.
How big are they? Oh, wait. Sorry.
How big are they? They're so big, you'd have to use the sun as a magnifier.
Go. Oh, go.
So, okay, on August 9th, Maxar Technologies WorldView 3 satellite. So it's called the WorldView 3 satellite. Snapped a great shot of SpaceX's Starbase facility in South Texas, where the company is building and testing its Starship deep space transportation system.
Is that the mountain Starbase? Wait, huh? Oh, wait, we're confusing two different... Go.
So they're developing the Starship to take people and cargo to the moon, Mars, and other distant destinations. So the system consists of two fully reusable elements, a 230-foot tall blah, blah, blah booster, sits atop a huge rocket. Let's see, where does it get to the... Yeah, I'm going to have to look into this WorldView 3 satellite. Shadow towing the Gulf.
I know, right? Because it kind of looks like drone footage is how good the satellite looks. I'm just saying, if you were to look at this, you would think, wow, what a good drone. Not, oh my God, that space shot from there, that picture is, but no, drone is what I would think. But yeah, satellite, go again. I'll stop.
Are you awake?
But yeah, the stuff they're claiming, all right? So I want to see buildings upside down. You know? I want to see, like, dude, these photos are...
Dude, you know they'll just take a picture of the buildings and flip it upside down for you. Like, all right, here, we took this with our telescope. You're welcome.
But, yeah, but the gravity of it would lens it in a way that it would look kind of like it was right side up, see, because... lensing and gravity.
When the light goes in your eye, it inverts all the images.
Right, and then there's swamp gas involved. I know, and some kind of big
temperature inversions and swamp gases.
You've heard of these things, you know, geese flying by, Venus low in the horizon, right? Those things.
Okay, it's operated by Maxar subsidiary Digital Globe, launched to Earth orbit August 2014. The sharp-eyed satellite is capable of resolving features as small as 12 inches on our planet's surface. So I'd have to find out exactly. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of research on this and see how high up it is, and then I'll tell you how big the lens, the minimum size of the lens would have to be. But I'm assuming it's got to be huge. Just assuming. Now, and are they saying they're taking these? I don't even want to get into it.
In other news,
hurts my brain.
Actually, this story was really cool. I don't know if you guys had a minute to look at it. Apparently, you can hop aboard an airship and travel to the North Pole. It's not just an airship, it's a luxury airship. It looks really cool and futuristic. I'm having trouble copy pasting these pictures because of the format they've given them to me in, so I can't share them right now, but I will find them. They will be included in the show description. But essentially, it goes into a story at the beginning here about 1926, giant airship, the Norge, meaning Norway, just unhooking and heading to the North Pole. And so now we fast forward to this thing called the where's it at? Airlander, a modern reinterpretation of the airship that is, by some measure, the world's largest aircraft. And it is quite huge. Let's see. The idea is to bring back a sense of thrill and adventure in the days of airship exploration. The result is Ocean Sky Cruises, a startup firm offering luxury air cruises on airships, starting with a route to the North Pole and back. Now, we all have said that might be where they are really hiding a lot of stuff, because they keep pointing us to the South Pole with all the stories and the Captain Cooks and the songs, and the South Pole seems to be the ice ring, whatever you want to call it. It's really keep pointing us all. But we all keep being pointed away from the North Pole, where the Mount Meru images from the Mercator map, and where things like that, the 4-island valve system and things like that, are shown on old maps. So the fact that they're now offering these cruises to this place, are they rubbing it in our face? Is this just the tip of the iceberg? And this is how they do get back and forth to the places? Because we already know they won't allow gasoline engines or anything like that near the South Pole. So what's going on at the North Pole? We don't even know about the, the exclusions, the don't bring food on board and things like that.
Now, do they say how close to the North Pole they're going to be going?
It says here.
I thought there was like a 500-mile something or other where you couldn't enter that.
So they're much slower. They only use a tiny fraction of energy. I'm trying to find the detail here. Fuel efficient, spacious cabins. Since one of the highlights of such trips will be the possibility of spotting Arctic fauna from the sky,
This is where the airship's capability to fly at extremely slow speeds and very close to the ground will come in handy. It can go down as low as 100 feet and as slow as a bike in order for passengers to catch a glimpse of these polar habitats. 16 passengers will be lodged in 8 spacious hotel-like cabins, double cabins. Crew of 7, including a chef. Hello. It'll be like traveling in a yacht. I'm ready, dude.
When
if you
can we
see
go?
the pictures, I'm ready. I'm still looking for a time frame here, not seeing it. 36-hour. Okay, unlike in 1926, though, the 36-hour. Okay, I missed something apparently. Yeah, it just says this: a 36-hour return trip, including a 6-hour layover at night, right at the North Pole, and passengers will be able to descend from the airship and enjoy a picnic on the ice cap. Get the hell out of here!
What? Oh shit!
You brought you a space blanket and some dehydrated food. You all just take it and go have yourselves a little picnic out on the ice.
Reservations are now open.
Roll out the electric blanket.
The electric sleeping bags.
The electric sleeping bag, thank you. Reservations are open with a price tag starting at $232,845 for a 2-person cabin. Hello. They'll be running on a weekly basis, apparently.
Takes 4 months. But you pay by the week.
Yeah, there we go. So if they're tipping us this, if they're showing us this at this stage, we all know they've been at it for 50 plus years and it's way beyond anything they're showing us. What was that movie where everything was up in the sky floating around? It just came out not too many years ago. Damn it. You guys, we're talking about it not many episodes ago. It just won't come. But anyway, everything was up in the sky, happening in the sky. Up. Jupiter, Legacy of Jupiter, or some shit. I don't know. Anyway.
Jupiter Rising?
Was that it? Where they were all
Jupiter
on the floating
Ascending?
cities? Something.
Jupiter Ascending, Ascension
Maybe
Jupiter.
I'm confusing another movie with it, but yeah, some recent shit I watched had that happening, and I'm like, yeah, there you go. It's probably exactly what's going on up there, and they won't. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I still can't copy these pictures. This format's really frustrating. I'll get the pictures to you guys. I'll drop the show. I'll drop this to you right now. How about that? You can go look. It's pretty crazy.
It's a real quick article from NASA. You guys are going to love this one.
What? I love those guys.
A ghostly galaxy's lack of dark matter. Galaxies and dark matter go together like peanut butter and jelly. Rarely is one without the other. But a recent discovery galaxy called blah, 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 blah is nearly entirely lacking in dark matter.
No, I think I shared this not too long ago.
Damn, no jelly on that sandwich?
But isn't that...
yeah, I think...
That's the double negative there, right? So the only way for it to be there is to have jelly, right? Because dark matter's dark because we can't see it. We don't know what it is. It's not there. So to see it, to not see it not there would mean that it is. You see.
So that means it would be the most non-heinous thing. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Mad Pieman, hashtag dark matters.
So they can't see it, this and that, can't detect it, but they know it's in those solar systems, but not in that one.
Nom 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 nom.
Yep. Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
That almost wraps it up. I love you guys. You know that? I can't wait to talk to you guys this afternoon.
Oh, wow, that does almost wrap it up.
60 seconds.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
all right. It was fast. Dude, it flew by. I mean, even more than normal.
Style.
Flash. All right, go. Love you guys. Thank you all. We will see you this afternoon. If you want to be part of the show, you know what to do. Look out for the link. We'll be dropping it where and when you know. I mean, where and when is the question. Where you know.
If you're in those groups, you know where you are. And if you're not in those groups, the link should be in the show description. Telegram chats, Twitter pages, and etc.
And
See you guys.
And Lucas.
And Lucas. Oh, Daz had a brilliant suggestion. We need to get like a photograph and tape it to our logo with Lucas's image there. Just taped on there with like literal Scotch tape. I love it. Let's do it. Love y'all.
So be sure to look for those links. We're going to have a little call-in session this evening over there on Have No Sphere, kicking off in about 11 hours or so. Right back here. So go have yourselves a great rest of your day, and we will see you right back here, right then. Love you guys. Be good. Be well. Bye-bye.